Okay. Oh. Oh no, I fast forward. Oh wait, never mind. We're good. We're good. I did sleep. I'm surprised he didn't. Oh right, because it took us forever to actually get drowsy. That's fine. So I am low on water. No, I'm not. I've got water. We're good. Okay, and I believe this house is completely tapped for water. Like, there's just no more water for me to have in this house, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, we can't drink for those. No more water here. That's okay, though. Okay, and I own Darkstrider 10 push-ups. Let me get those push-ups and be right back. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm interrupting chair stream. I do know that's why you're all here. It's like chair's MVP. So let's see. That's 60. Let me update the label. That's someone I've tuned into streams a lot in the past is Octavian Zero. Like, I very much enjoy his content. I just haven't been playing Path of Exile in a very long time. Or not on a real level on a very long time. But I love how much, like, I think he even has an emote that's just the empty chair. Was it that or Ziggy? Maybe they both have it. But it's just the empty chair, and then people are like, you know, get the streamer out of here. We want the chair. Okay, it's Ziggy. It's Ziggy, that's right. Gotcha, I couldn't remember who it was. I'm betting they both have it, or I've had it. I think that was a Path of Exile community thing where almost all of them, the chair became such a big thing. Because that tends to happen in what I've seen from, like, different communities, like, so far as, like, Path of Exile or Project Zomboid. They have, like, the meme that becomes a thing in that community. And then, like, it'll kind of get its way around. Yes, she does. I even mentioned the last time we went to head out, I was like, I really should take another day to get fish for her. But I was like, I really just want to keep working on the prison. But yeah. She needs to bulk up more. Just like a mushroom on a Lady Grey's shirt. Just like a mushroom on a Lady Grey's shirt. I'm missing context with that, sorry. Hi, Lady Grey. I know I've heard that name. I don't believe I've seen her stream. Like, But to be fair, like, a lot of the really big name streams and all that I haven't seen. Like, I am familiar with, like, who people like Shroud are, but I've never watched Shroud. And it isn't like the hipster, oh, that stream's too popular. It's just, I would follow the games I want to see. And Shroud doesn't play those. Hey, look, a whole bunch of the bodies that were, like, because that whole bottom lane was just packed with bodies, and it's just all about gone now. Yeah, Whistlebeak saying, there's not enough time in the day to watch all of the streams. Exactly. And especially when you stream 11-hour streams, it really cuts into your stream watching time. I get to, like, hop in for maybe half an hour to an hour worth of streams a day at the absolute tops. Hey, how's it going, sugar? Like, genuinely, my stream watching has boiled down to, I wake up, you know, maybe I turn on a stream that I'm, like, semi-lurking in for, like, my first half hour to an hour a day. Then usually I have to run and do something where it's like, you know, I have to run and get the mail, or I have to, you know, get some lunch or do the grocery shopping, like whatever the thing that needs doing for the day. So I do that. At which point I can't realistically, like, because, you know, I'm usually like driving around, stuff like that kind of stuff. I can't tune into stream. Sometimes I get back from that point, hop back into streams like to watch for like 30 minutes or so, and then I go live. And then at the very end of the day, I hop off. And some nights, like, I'll raid someone, I'll be there for like 5 minutes to say hi, like, you know, be friendly and all that. Because it is good to do that. You know, both for your own stream and for their stream. Like, it's not a bad thing if you raid someone then immediately, like, stuff happens, you have to do it. Like, people understand, hopefully. But, and then there's other times where it's like, you know, you've had a stream that's got you pretty wound up. Not in a bad way, like, you're amped. You're like, okay, I can't realistically sleep right now. And you're like, alright, well, let me just chill in the stream for, like, 30 to an hour before I start, like, you know, start coming back down from, you know, being amped up from the stream. And then turn around, you know, call it a night or whatever. Darsha said, she popped into one stream, I think it was the Jax, and he played a clip from Arthur where Arthur's sister had a mushroom on her shirt, and she was a complete failure. Okay. No idea. Yeah, like, I know Arthur. I haven't seen Arthur in a while. Like, I definitely watched the first good couple seasons. And I think there was, like, a delay. Like, that's the things. I have problems keeping up with shows nowadays where it's like, okay, you've watched this season, and then you have to wait, like, 8-10 months before the next season. And you're just like, okay, that just takes so long for me. Like, I will find some other show to be interested in that time because you just take too long to make your content. And I know that's normal. But it's like, it's one of the reasons I really like Netflix as opposed to a lot of the, well, I don't know. I do like just kind of binging in a show and then going there. Like, I almost would rather watch a show, like, after it's out and it's done, and then, like, watch the entire, like, show start to finish, than do, like, the trickle feed of it. Gotcha. Yeah, so it'd be kind of like stuff with us with, like, the wee-woos and that kind of stuff. Which I don't think wee-woos are an original concept to this channel. Like, it's not. But still. Are we at the point that they're not coming out anymore? I expected this to take longer. There we go. So we're not... It doesn't look like we're getting many. That's a good sign. Because that means we don't have that many zombies that are able to roam around in there. But now I do have to decide how we are dealing with all these prisons and all that. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yay to sorting out insurance stuff and all that. Look at that, just like I said, I went on sabbatical not too long ago, and so gotta switch the old insurance. I mean, honestly, with the stamina thing, like, we go a pretty long time, even with, like, short blunt weapons and all that, where we don't end up needing to rest that much. I do find, because I'm used to playing with so little fitness, because of the beginning of this run, that, like, stamina is just everything. And once you start actually getting to high fitness levels, like, oh, I can really just kind of keep fighting. Like, as long as I'm not sitting in giant hordes and just wailing endlessly, you actually go for a pretty long time if you just have, like, little breaks walking around in between hits. So they're going pretty strong, like, for a good 2 hours there in-game. Just slamming them with the pipe and it was fine. It does make me curious how hitting 10 fitness is going to be. Because that's actually things I haven't done, is I've never hit 10 strength, 10 fitness. It's not a thing I've done. I usually do challenges that don't often give you the opportunity to do that. I always do, just got finished eating a bowl of chili. That's cool, because I got myself a, it's a bowl of, I don't think it's technically a stew, but it's like chicken, potatoes, onions, carrot kind of thing, like just seasoned chicken and veggies. I can't kill anything. It says, I've grinded my way up to 6 strength, or from 6 strength to 9 strength this one. Need to get up to 10 strength later. Yeah. Like, I've had higher strength and fitness than this, but not often. And usually that's because, you know, you start completely juiced on fitness and strength. Because leveling it is very slow. I would say it's tedious, but we're not really doing anything. Like, I'm just playing the game to do it. I'm not doing any meaningful action to make it happen. It's just a thing that's happening by the nature of the fact that I'm playing the game. For me to call something tedious, it's something I have to go out of my way for. Like, leveling tailoring is tedious. Leveling mechanic is tedious. Leveling metalworking is tedious. Yep. Yeah, no, I got that with the protein. generally it's just I've been like bouncing back and forth between fish and veggies as I need for weight management. Like we're gonna have to get more fish soon. I think this last time where I just ate all the fish straight probably wasn't as efficient. That if we had taken the time like get the first couple fish until we start gaining weight, and then the rest of the fish we use them as just ingredients for salad with the other stuff to kind of like prolong the fish, would have been way more efficient. I do need to set up traps too, and it's something I've like never done. Like I've caught a couple animals, but it's never something I've really put time into. Like I've never gotten more than like a point or two in trapping. So I ought to sit there and just, you know, take the time to set that up. I didn't turn my radio on, I don't think. And I know we're due for a helicopter. We're way more due for a helicopter, because we haven't had a helicopter yet this stream. And I know we did not have a helicopter towards the end of yesterday's stream. And we do get a helicopter every 8 or 10 days or so. Like, it's more or less than that. Like, it's a little give or take. I'm sure there's someone who's actually done the thing. It's like, well, actually, it is precisely 7 days to 14 days. It can be extended by tropical storms or other nature... And that'd be fair. That's not me making fun of the person who actually knows that. It's more me making fun of the whole, like, correcting a person kind of thing. Which is fine. Like, if someone happens to know the actual number off the top of their head, just be like, hey, you know, actually, it is. Like, you know what? Whatever the values are. Yeah, so let's get this radio on real fast. Crap. You're not gonna let me do that, are you? Come on, zombie. I need to get out of here because I need to get this radio on. Well, actually, he wasn't technically a Romulan. Say, he was of the Romulan species, but he wasn't of the Romulan religion. You see... And 100% I am guilty of doing that kind of thing. Wait, radio? Just... Okay. No helicopter, that's what I guess matters. And I actually don't think there's anything wrong with doing that, so long as, you know, you read the room, as it were. Like, you know, when people are saying, I believe it's this, and you go, well, actually, it's like, that's fair. Cool. Do it. But once I was like, hey, you know, I have a real problem with people, like, being mean. It's like, well, actually, what the technical term for what they're doing isn't being mean. It's being a jerkwad. And you're like, okay, but does that matter? Like, it doesn't change the context or anything. Yep, there's a time and a place. I kind of like the way the animations, so when you have something in your offhand, usually it's not as dramatically like stiff as this flashlight hand is. But I kind of like the way your character's like really throwing down and getting that knife stab in there, like really, really leaning in that thing. But man, does that flashlight hand just really not go very far. They're like, nope, flashlight's not on. I gotta keep that arm exactly on point. Let's see. Senju Cookie says, I don't read rooms. I read books. And Senju Cookie and Whistlebeak also confirming that they too do the will actually. Elgo says there's time and place for that kind of stuff. I read that already. Whistlebeak says, I only read chat and respond with Keck W. Fair. Demon's Sight saying, I'm lurking so hard tonight. Family home. I've got you on my phone, sitting in the other room charging. Every time I've come to check, there's just more bodies everywhere. Yep, this is like, if I were to break up the sacking of the prison into phases, there'd be phase 1, which was just clearing the outside perimeter. Moriarty dropping in with some push-ups. We'll get those here in a second. Phase 2 is just getting to like the openings in the buildings that I don't have to like cut apart, and just making all the noise we can to try and get as many zombies as possible to like come out of those places. So that way I don't have to go in and like try and skulk around the halls where you can get yourself killed real easy. And then step 3 is going to be like actually going in and dealing with like whatever I have to deal with. And like I guess I should say phase 3 is going to be cutting apart the bars to let the zombies trapped in out. But yeah. Let's see. Dr. Bo says, I can confirm, prior to this message, I was also lurking. Excellent. Whistlebeak being, making a eating face and a brain. And Senju Cookie said, the moral of the story is, don't ever leave the prison or you're gonna get shanked. I mean, you're not wrong. Let me go ahead and get those push-ups and I'll be right back. Okay. And on that note, I'm actually going to probably hide my camera for a minute, because I've got food sitting next to me that smells delicious, and I want to eat it. So I might end up killing some of my audio and my cam here for a minute, well, probably a couple minutes. Start eating that. Let's see. We have the girl on fire. Yeah, me and my friend who just recommended me to your stream were lurking right now while talking to each other about your challenge. Oh, excellent. I found it interesting how many people I've had, like, just go... Like, so one of the things I try and do is from time to time, like, I'll raid other people within the Project Zomboid community, like, I really know, who I know have solid streams. But I also like to mix it up by having, a number of streams that'll, raid that's just, like... I've had people who I've had, like, 5 viewers, I'm like, alright, this person's stream seems chill. Let's just hop over there, and that kind of thing. Yep, another lead pipe. And it's always funny that, like, you'll hop in one of these smaller streams, and I'll have one of the people's like, that's the guy! That's what I was telling you about! And I'm like, I'm apparently the guy? What's this? I'm curious what was being said, because this is me getting, like, it's getting me someone who has no reason to specifically say anything, like... So it's kind of getting a getting an opinion or whatever that's like freshware. I do find it funny that like I'm getting the reputation as Mr. Shortblade. I know I haven't seen it myself, but I know there have been other players who have been like very heavy Shortblade users. Now granted, my understanding, Shortblades used to be way stronger than they are now, until they got like a mild nerf or whatever. And then, you know, as reactions go with games, it gets nerfed like 2%, and everyone goes, it's officially dead, no one can use it, it's garbage. I don't think that's actually what it goes. That's how it goes in the Path of Exile Reddit, though. They'll be like, oh, we have this skill. This skill had its damage reduced by a 0.5%. Everyone goes, skill is officially dead, unplayable. You know, get off this. I was expecting more to come out. And I'm backing up mostly so I don't stand there just in case, like, this building has a giant horde come out of it or something and I can't see it till we're trapped in. You're the guy, pal. You're the pal friend. You're the friend buddy. You're the buddy guy. The light bar mod worked, but it requires electrical 7, which I don't have. So it worked, but because it's actually got some rhyme or reason of balance, I can't use it yet, which I think is fine. I think we've come to the decision that when I find myself a decent other fire truck or police car or whatever of that style, like something that's got the cargo space, that I'll probably just switch over to using the new one, and I'll just make it a thing that I only use the sirens while we're in motion, not just parked in space kind of thing. Since apparently it's the zombies beating on your car because of the sirens is what breaks it. Yeah, I got the mod, but I haven't used it because, you know, I actually have to have the skill to use it, and it may never get used. That is a possibility because grinding up electrical 7, I mean, we'll sit there and take apart phone booths and stuff that when we come by them, or pay phones when we come by them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to level up electrical just for the sirens. I'd rather kill zombie. We are queasy. And we are queasy because we are standing on a ridiculous number of corpses. Did I update the numbers after Moriarty cached? I mean, I did the push-ups. It's alright. When we reach the end of streaming, people are like, I can't redeem the push-ups. I'll be like, cool, 100. Because I've definitely done that some nights. It's like, I've lost count. Like, yep. I Can't Kill, I said, I saw people complaining about the skill requirement was too high, but to be honest, seemed fair enough to me. Some have the tendency to be OP, so seeing a hard requirement is nice. Yeah, and that's just like, it's like, don't get me wrong. I think, in reality, it doesn't make sense that the skill requirement is that high. I don't think it's like that advanced of a technical thing compared to a lot of the other stuff you work on. At the same time, for game reasons, I think it's fair. Like, I do not think it's unreasonable. And I'm actually okay with it also because it gives you a reason to have electrical skill. Versus, like, right now, it's like, you get to electrical 3 and there's just nothing anybody cares about after that. Like, there's motion sensors in that, but no one uses them. I shouldn't say no one. They're not, like, I have not heard of anyone using them other than to see how they worked. Like, I don't know if anyone, like, sets up their base and puts in motion sensors and that kind of stuff. Oh, you know what? I'll probably go in stamina again. We've had a lot of downtime between some of these packs we've been fighting, like playing with horns and all that. And sitting in the truck while doing it. Let's catch up with chat. I Can't Kill One said, I think Electrical 5 lets you do battery-powered regular lamps, but that's about all people I think actually use it for. Gotcha. I think the motion sensor only works on throwable weapons, I think. That's kind of bad, especially if you hate fire. Oh yeah, like I saw you could do the fire bombs. How long does it actually take for Queasy to become sick? It takes quite a while. I haven't really got a fix on it. From what I understand, people are saying that periodically the game rolls to see if you get sicker. I can't verify or deny that, but that's kind of what I've heard. Because we were having a discussion about whether or not the gas mask helps. And everything I've heard from everyone says it doesn't. Except like 1 or 2 people have been adamant it does. But one of the things that kind of makes me think it doesn't is, one, I haven't noticed a difference myself, but I haven't done any proper testing. But then the other one is just that, like, there's even mods just to make the gas mask work for that purpose. And why would there be a reason for a mod to exist to make the game do what it already does? But we do need to have, like, proper testing where we have, like, one person stack up a whole bunch of bodies, and then we have one person with a gas mask who was uninvolved with that, and one person who doesn't have a gas mask who wasn't involved. Like, just go stand on the corpses kind of deal. See who gets, like, see if there's an appreciable difference on the speed at which they get sick. Like, we do see that reliably the person with the gas mask takes longer to get sick. Cool. That would confirm it. But if it's not, like, if it's within, you know, within, like, random tolerance of testing that they don't, then if it does anything, it's not meaningful, at which point, who cares? Because unfortunately, one of the other things and why I wouldn't need, like, even if the gas mask did prevent it, I still wouldn't use the gas mask because the insulation on it's so high that we'd end up just getting sick from, like, or not sick, we were getting overheated because of the gas mask. Yeah, no, and that's what I figured, is everything I've heard doesn't work, but I haven't sat down and, like, watched someone else do the science or done the science myself. Yeah, we had a few people who hopped in who were very adamant that it worked. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not right. Like, I'm not gonna call you a liar or anything. Like, you probably just misheard, or, you know, someone gave you bad info. But I'm pretty sure it's not right. But that said, I am totally down for repeating other people's science to confirm or deny things. It does work. Another streamer already did the science. It basically doubles the time to get queasy. Gotcha. And again, I've heard counter to that. But again, that's, at some point I would like to actually sit down and perform a test. Like, test it myself, verify the results. Because we've also had, like, one of the things that came up earlier in the stream is, so we've had a few people, it's been, like, Cheese even has a clip where he discusses it, that when you leave your base for a long time and come back with the generator running, that it does an update that it kind of, like, figures out what your gas generators should be at and everything. And so, like, if you were to stay long enough away to the point your gas generator would run out, like, you don't have the implications of it running out until you get back, but it does run out. But we, on the stream, actually had it where it showed the exact opposite behavior. Now, my belief of what probably happened is that clip is from before... Well, I mean, the clip is recent, but the playthrough he was talking about was from right before multiplayer. It was his Bill Murray doing the 100,000 kills. At least I believe that's when it was. I could be mistaken on that. And so my assumption is they probably did a lot of work on the performance of, like, loading and unloading cells and grids and all that for multiplayer to get that all working smoothly. And I'm guessing maybe they introduced a bug that caused it to not update, because we left our house for like 5, 6, 7 days and came back and only used 4% of a generator with, like, it's 5 units of freezer, so 2.5 ice freezers, as well as a bunch of lights, and is only 4% gas. And then we went to sleep and woke up and it burned like 10 something percent gas or whatever it is. No, I got you. I still would want to test it again. Yeah, Wispeak says the theory... Yeah, I have a theory that when the cell unloads to suspended gas consumption, and it does seem like both... Like, we all seem to agree on that. It's just the question is, when you return to the cell, does it play like catch-up, where it goes, okay, I should have, consumed 2 months worth of gas, and then does the update to consume the gas. Like that's the thing where I've had multiple people say, oh, that's not, like, that is how it works, and then on our run here, it's like, but I've left the house for, like, week plus, and that only uses, like, 4% gas, so, like, what you're observing and I'm observing is different. Even the people who, like, hopped in or, like, have seen both were like, okay, something's got to be bugged, because, it's working differently for both of us, and none of us are running mods that should affect it. So, yeah. Yep, I'll get those push-ups here in just a minute. Just want to make my salad. Because, like, I 100% believe that people are saying, hey, this is how it was working for us. I'm like, right, but it's also not working that way for me. I don't know why. Like, it's not that one of us is incorrect or something. We're seeing different behavior, and we don't know the reasoning why we're seeing different behavior. Let me go ahead and get those push-ups, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's get those recorded. And if my math is correct, we're already at 80 push-ups for the stream. So that means only 2 more push-up redemptions left of the stream, because I do only 40 push-ups per stream. I am going to extend that in some way. I've talked about this a number of times. I do intend to increase the fitness that you all can make me do. I just don't want to make it more push-ups. I want to make it more other things, like sit-ups or burpees or something. Just, it's like, don't skip leg day. Like mix up your fitness routine. Alright, and after this batch, you should probably get drowsy. Assuming we actually have a batch coming out. We haven't been seeing many, like, not as many have been coming out of the main building. Which in a lot of ways is a good sign, because that means we're clearing out most of just the random wandering zombies. That said, we still get a decent amount, so I am going to keep just honking the horn until we basically don't see anyone come out after doing it. Because I really do want to fight as many of the zombies not inside the building as possible. Because inside the buildings is the danger zone. There's Drowsy. Zero Skill saying you may consider squats. They major muscle group, really good for blood flowing. Yeah, no, that's. Sorry, I was just trying to like list off some ones. Yeah, squats are definitely on the list. Like we've been trying to decide how we want to do it, because the fear I have is if I were to make 1 point redemption for push-ups, 1 point redemption for squats, 1 point redemption for the next one, that you could run into a problem where my stream would get down to the point where it's like, okay, I do the push-ups, I get up, I barely sit down, someone then cashes in the squats, I do those, I barely get up, then they do the next one. And it'd be 5 minutes out of every 15 minutes would be just exercising with like no gameplay. And then we toss in, you know, like a stretch, and now it's 7 minutes out of 15 minutes is no gameplay. Then you add stuff like hydrates and stuff like that, that genuinely, if chat like spaced it out, they could... Right. So the problem is the cooldown timer can only be per thing. I can't have like a cooldown timer for multiple types. So that would be with a 15-minute cooldown on each. And it could be that I just expand like the cooldown timers on all of them a lot. But my fear would be is if they're all separate things, people could go out of the way to make it like too, or not even that they go out, it could become just too disruptive. Raw Storage, are you going to free the zombies spawned behind the stairs? Free the zombies spawned behind the stairs. More than likely when I have zombies trapped behind stairs, I'm going to shoot them. Because when you go to sledgehammer the wall and the zombies are at the stairs, you can zombie bomb where the zombies just go right on top of you. And you literally don't get a chance to react. Like, you can't turn and run, you can't shove them. The zombies just literally kind of expand over top of you, and you just die. XOR420 says, you could just switch to the beach and hot tubs channel and do push-ups for the stream. Oh god. I Can't Kill Anyone says, you killed 2.83% of my state's population in 1993. Oh crap, I didn't see you. That was a back hit. No! No! I didn't see the zombie over all the bodies. Our run is over. That's a bite. That is not the way to go. I looked away for 1 second. That's Project Zomboid. One mistake is all it takes. There were so many bodies. I looked away, looked back. It was a left hand. Alright. So, the plan for this, because we already said what we were going to do for this. Ah, that hurts so bad. That is not the way I wanted this to end. Yep, surviving our zombie bodies. It's a bite. Yeah, no, we're dead. Like, it's a bite, so it's guaranteed death. Yep, bite means 100% death. That hurts. Yeah, but I was just kind of showing... I talked about like putting like a giant pile of bodies to try and ramp. But you could see where you can get some pretty good air. Ah, that hurts. That was just 1 second. Like here, I'm assuming someone got a clip of it. If you have a clip of it, let me know and I'll permit you. And yeah, that hurts. And we'll keep playing Project Zomboid. Like, we'll come up with some other challenge to do. I was not ready for that run to end. Did anyone manage to get a clip of the bite though? We'll just take those objectives down. How long was the run? 1 year, 1 month, 20-something days? Okay. Extra, it was a hand bite, not a groin.